I'm X.
And I'm Z.
And together we're
X and Z. On today's show, we discuss the phishing of little Z, internet safety, road tripping to Utah, Tesla charging, generational wealth disparity, and Ted Cruz.
Well, here we are.
We're back at it again.
I guess we should apologize.
We're late like by 2 or 3 weeks, aren't we?
No, we're not. It's not that far.
Well, how late are we?
Last week we didn't do a show because of our trip.
So that's 1 week, I guess. Or 2 weeks, depending on where you
So
started.
we wanted to do a road show trip, but
We didn't do a road trip.
we had so much fun laughing the whole way to Utah.
We didn't have a
We didn't turn
reliable
on the
way
computer.
to record ourselves.
I wonder if it would have been okay just with the
No, it
speaker
would have sounded all dinky.
But it would have been like the road show.
No, we should just have those little microphones that clip onto our shirts.
Yeah, we'll have to get those in the future, but yeah.
Those would be great. I've always wanted one of those. Did you know that the transmitters that you connect those to cost like thousands of dollars?
What, if we were to buy them?
No, not the microphones. The microphones I think are pretty cheap, but the transmitters you wear on your belt for when you're like walking around with them.
For like a TV show?
Yeah, those are expensive.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know why. They'll probably get cheaper. Anyway.
So the road trip was fun. We went to Utah.
We went to Utah and Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was nice.
We went through Las Vegas, and then we went to Utah, and then we went to Las Vegas, and then we went home.
Well, I guess we had a trip. The trip was for my work to go to Utah. But it was a very long... I didn't actually realize how long it would be to drive there. It was 10 hours.
Was it like 600 miles?
I think it was more than that. Well, around that. 600 or 700 miles.
Well, the road trip to New York would suck.
I think it's like 3 days.
Yeah, but it would suck, but it would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
You'd see all sorts of stuff that you wouldn't see on a plane.
Yep. Well, that was the reason I wanted to do that and not fly. Although, I don't know how comfortable I am with flying yet.
It would have been fine, but it would have been bizarre and weird.
I just didn't want to be in a mask and sit
But
there.
flying is already uncomfortable, so it would just be more uncomfortable.
Yeah, to have, sit there with all the
They
stuff.
like took it and they were like, well, what happens like if someone, I'm sure there've been like controversies, but like if someone like puts on the mask, he sits in the plane and then the plane goes in the air and then they take off the mask.
No, I think there's actually been cases where they either turn back or they stop at the next thing. Like if the person gets belligerent enough, then they'll take them out. I think there's even been cases where the sky marshals will restrain them.
They've been taking it, restrain them. They're sitting there with no mask
Like
and they're
if
getting
they
restrained.
absolutely refuse, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong, but I think I've heard that. I'm passing on urban legends right now, so just kidding. So a lot happened before we left. A lot happened during the trip. We'll cover some of that. One thing I guess we should talk about is Little Z. Little Z got hacked. It wasn't hacked. It was... Would that be considered a catfish? Tell everybody what happened.
I'd probably call it phishing, like phishing.
Well, I guess I should say what happened.
Well,
so,
why can't I say what happened?
Well, the only reason is because
I know what happened more
I know, but
better than you
before
know
I knew
what happened.
let me tell you. Let me do the setup. So the setup is he comes downstairs and tells me that he needs information from my credit card to do. He's talking to the Steam admin. And he needs my credit card for a refundable $100 hold that's been placed on his Steam account. And if he pays the $100, then they can reestablish his account. And we were like, what? Where are you talking to a Steam person? And he's like, on Discord. Like it was just normal that the Steam...
On another app that isn't owned by Valve.
The Steam... Poor guy. The Steam help desk just happened to have a
so Steam
Discord
now
server.
Contracts with Discord to do all their customer service.
So apparently he didn't realize that the guy had stolen his account basically. So I guess you can explain it.
Well, when Steam has like two-factor authentication. So you like put in your password and then it sends you like a code and then you use the code and then you log in. So the guy had him do like a login, like where they sent him.
Lost my password or something, right?
The guy.
I think it was a lost.
He gave the guy like a screenshot of his account, and that gave the guy the information he needed to send him an email with the code.
With the code.
Yeah, and so that email came and it was in Spanish, not suspicious at all.
And he said to him, "I need that code."
Yeah, and then he gave him the code, and then he lost his account.
Yeah, so little Z got his account stolen,
and the guy like changed the email.
Immediately.
Like it had like a whole other email.
So by the time we hear that that's happening, we run upstairs and realize really quickly that the guy was what he was doing. He didn't when you read back and you read the chat, it was really obvious to an adult that that's what would be happening.
Well, yeah, like
it
that's
clearly
the kind.
Wasn't obvious.
It
to
was
him.
like the kind of thing that you don't even respond to.
But it was one of those things like it would say like, "Good evening, sir. I'm from Steam.
So
I'm
not
Steam
how
admin support."
it would go.
So yeah, so the guy's name, what was his name? Kyle? No. Boyd.
But it wasn't like his name. It was just, I'm going to make my Discord name Boyd.
So I guess the learning thing, well, he learned really quickly that you can't
He cried a lot.
do that. Well, the good news, okay, so the first good news is it was just his one Steam account.
He has 2 Steam accounts
that
because he's
didn't
a
have
dip.
all of his games on it, which would be hundreds of dollars.
Well, most people
of games.
only have 1 Steam
I
account.
don't even know why he has 2. Why did he have 2?
I don't know. He's not like me. Like I have all my passwords like neatly in a password manager, and he doesn't even remember
It
half
had to
of
do
his
with
password.
his Destiny account, and
No,
he
it
did
doesn't.
it.
He just bought most of his games on one account and then forgot his password and then made a new account and bought games on that account and then remembered his password. So now he just has 2.
So anyway, so he ends up losing it. We thought it was gone. The next morning, I get a text from my best friend's son from Mexico City saying,
I got hacked.
"Yeah, I got hacked." Well, and I'm sleeping, so I didn't even
he
realize
texted
it.
me too.
He texted
It was
me like
like
7 o'clock in the morning, so
7:48,
I'm
like, yeah.
sleeping, and I didn't hear it. So by like, I don't know, when I finally saw it, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Oh no, it's the same guy." And oh no, the same thing. So I texted him right away, and I said, "Oh no, don't do it." And then he's like, "Too late. I already did it." But
He got it fixed.
But he ended up helping us because he found a video that
I probably would have found it eventually, but it was
but
nice
it was the next
that
morning. He ends
that
up finding that
did.
video, and then you were able to get his account back.
Yeah, it was really easy.
Which ended up being
Steam
good.
didn't even give us any crap. They were like, here's it back. We this happens
It
all the
was just
time.
finding out that you had the account.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ooh, that was a close call.
It wasn't.
I felt bad for
wasn't.
him. I felt bad for him because I feel like I could have warned him if I would have got the text
How
early
would you
enough.
have possibly known? That,
Because I could have
if you had gotten the text early enough, but like it's kind of like
I felt really bad.
if you fall for it.
I felt more bad for him than I did for Little Z because Little Z's just little and he's older and English isn't his first language. So clearly it was easier to get, hacked for him.
I don't know what was going on over there. There's the minute I got that Discord text or that Steam message.
The guy went after you too, huh?
Yeah, he
Because
did.
he was everyone on his friends
my
list.
name is Madam Vice President. And he was like, "Excuse me, madam. Madam, Madam Vice President. Madam, I have the texts. I have them." Oh, I didn't tell you about that? No, yeah. Like quickly after Little Z got hacked, I got Madam.
No, I knew he went after you, but I didn't know that's what he was
that's
calling
what he
you.
said because my name is Madam Vice President right now.
I didn't realize that. That's funny.
Yeah, I need to change my name. I'm tired of Madam Vice President.
You do a lot of really good names.
My
What if
favorite is
some of it-
Quentin Quarantino.
Quentin Quarantino.
And I did
I
another-
think you should have kept that one longer.
And I did another one. Oh, I don't remember the other one. The other one was funny too.
Are those your Steam names or your Discord names?
My Steam names. I don't change my Discord name. It's not as funny.
Little Z changed his the other day because some little kid wanted to be his friend through one of his school apps. And the mom was like, "Oh, just send me his Discord name." And it was something like,
It's like Bonin 69. Like, I don't know.
no, the lady had said like, "Oh, we want him to play like Minecraft, all wholesome and no bad words." And I'm like, "Okay, that's gonna be tough." But so I said, "Babe, send me your Discord name so she can add you, right?" And it said Jerry. It said Jerry the Anarchist. And I was like,
What?
like an anarchy, Jerry the Anarchist. But imagine if I had given that to her.
Wait, why is that bad?
It's bad because this lady that's like looking for wholesome kid play.
It's just anarchy.
But I send her like here's my kid, Jerry the Anarchist.
I don't get. Wait, is that like a reference to something?
I don't know if it's a reference to him, but
It's
thought
just anarchy.
the first thing I see it, I'm like, that's great.
There
like,
is a gun in Destiny called Anarchy, so that is
no.
probably...
He said Jerry the Anarchist. So I text him like, babe, are you sure you want me to give this to this lady? He's all, hold on, I'll change it for you.
What do you change it to?
I don't even remember, but it was something like just normal and plain. He could change it back later. I think the kid added him, but yeah, it was funny. So anyway, so little Z's messing with everybody already.
Oh, it's funny.
So moral of the story, watch your kids, please, because even when you think they're as safe as I get them on the internet, and the good thing was it wasn't linked to any of my credit cards because he really could have took me.
It was, but you have to like log in to PayPal.
Yeah, because I don't let him have I don't leave it. You know, like PayPal will say...
It'll usually still ask for your password.
Well, but PayPal gives you that thing and it'll say like, save this information.
The only thing is that guy the only thing that guy could have done is bought games on Mars on his account.
We figured it out though. The only thing the guy wanted was the $100, and then he wanted.
He might not have given back the account.
But you know what else he wanted? He wanted the friends accounts.
The friends list, yeah.
To keep going.
He probably makes a pretty good money.
Well, and then little Z says to me, well, Mom, I don't think you would have made that much money. And I said, yeah, if they do it to 1,000 people a night and half of them do it, they can make a lot of money before they're ever caught and stopped and have to redo everything for the beginning.
They're probably in a country where they'll never be caught or stopped.
Given the stuff that, well, I mean, they might be able to stop them through Steam or Discord.
Just make a new Steam.
But then they just make a new one. But at least they've already made thousands of dollars in a night.
They probably document the names of all the friends or put them in a database so that even if they don't have the access to the accounts anymore, they have access to their friends lists.
That's true.
Unless it's just one singular guy, then it's just that guy.
Well, the one in Mexico City, it was still Boyd, so it was the same.
It was Boyd.
The same guy.
Boyd.
At least through that one.
What a nice guy.
Oh, Boyd.
Well, that was hilarious.
So then we ended up going on a road trip. So the trip to Utah was to find something for my work, but we mixed business and pleasure a little bit.
We kind of found something.
Stayed with a good friend.
And we had fun in Utah, and we had more fun in Vegas because Utah is interesting to have fun in. But there was actually cool stuff in Utah.
It was cold.
They
do a lot of trolling in Utah with the billboards.
They troll the Mormons like hecka troll the Mormons.
With Gone Limp? That was like the number one.
No, it's like the temple tattoo parlor.
The temple tattoo parlor.
They don't like tattoos.
And there's
a brewery.
Plural site, whatever.
There was a brewery named something Mormon, which is, if you know anything about Latter-day Saints, they don't like breweries.
No, it was the Plural Site. We saw that company.
Something like
that. But the
that.
billboards, imagine you're driving down the street with like your 5-year-old and it's like Gone Limp. Like, Daddy.
It's not very wholesome.
Daddy, what does that mean? Gone Limp. Well, son.
Well, son. Well. You know how Mom's been in her moods lately?
Stop. No.
That's what them billboards is for.
And then the teeth billboard. There was a lot of teeth. Stubbs
People
Dental.
be losing their teeth in Utah.
We could do a commercial for Stubbs Dental.
It was all Stubbs
Dental. Do you think
Stubbs? Stubbs had a monopoly.
Do you think that Stubbs would be willing to be a sponsor for our show?
We should
Stubbs
call them.
Dental.
We should call Stubbs.
You're in Salt Lake City and you have no teeth. I just feel like it's like the way the billboards made an outsider feel was everyone had no teeth.
We don't have billboards like that, so maybe that's just how it is.
I mean, they're
in
more
the rest
in LA,
of America.
but there were a lot of billboards in Salt Lake City.
A lot of billboards.
And a lot of Cafe Rios.
Cafe Rios, I don't have no problem with Cafe Rios.
But I wonder if it was like how Chipotle is here. Cafe Rio is everywhere.
Chipotle was like how Cafe Rio is here.
Yeah, there's like two of them. Yep.
There were Cafe Rios. But you know what? There were Cafe Rios in Nevada too. I
didn't see as many though.
But there was.
I felt like
more.
Every off ramp, everything,
weird.
There was a
you
Cafe Rio.
Didn't see that many Cafe Rios, and there were surprisingly few McDonald's.
We went to 2.
Yeah, but there were McDonald's. Like, you're not going to not find them in America, but I thought there'd be more.
Yeah. We found coffee. Coffee was good. I was told from somebody in the Pacific Northwest that Salt Lake City wouldn't have good coffee.
Yeah,
and
they
you know
had
what?
good
They had
coffee.
pretty good coffee. Not everywhere,
Well,
like when you're in the Pacific Northwest.
In the Pacific Northwest, you're always going to find good coffee.
Yeah.
Well, the Latter-day Saints don't like coffee, but clearly the Latter-day Saints don't have as much power there as I once thought because there was coffee and alcohol on every corner.
Although our host did tell us that they pour half pours on the alcohol. And when we went to dinner that night, I did notice that my old fashioned was really weak.
Yeah, but like I thought that it would be like every other person in every other restaurant and everything would be like super LDS and like clean and like scrubbed of any debauchery.
No, it was full of debauchery.
It was full of, much like any other city.
I liked it. It was a good city, but it was cold. Very cold. I'm not used to that.
I recall
kind of
you
cold.
saying there that you were better with the cold than you thought you would be.
I was better.
I didn't even notice it barely.
I was better with the cold than I thought I would be, but it was really cold.
Yeah, but
when we went outside and it was
everywhere was
21
heated.
degrees, it was cold.
Everywhere was heated, and like if you bundled up, like
Nothing was cold when we went out when we were walking in the downtown area, except for my face.
yeah, because you
and
were
my
all
hands.
bundled up. That's how it.
I had a scarf and everything.
You get to be more bundled up there because here, if you bundle up too much, you'll like overheat.
And they weren't kidding. The face mask was good for the cold.
Yeah, everybody should be wearing it. There, I'd be wearing a
Just
face
to wear
mask
it,
all the
just for
forever.
the cold, forever.
It was great.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'd get a padded one.
And we rented a bird. Does anybody
We
know what a
rented
bird
two
is?
birds. Everybody knows what birds are. Those are those little scooters that you scoot that are on the road
Well,
and
we
you
had
can
walked,
rent
what,
them.
2 miles at least? And
We
we
walked
didn't
a
want to
while.
walk back 2 miles
Well,
to
it
our
was
car.
going to take us at least like 15, 20 minutes to get back to the car. And I was like, I don't want to walk for 15, 20 minutes. I'll just pay $5 to bird.
It was a little nervous when that bus came up beside us, though. Because you
wasn't.
can't ride on the sidewalk. You have to ride in the bike
Yeah,
lane.
but like, why were you nervous? The bus clearly wasn't going to swerve into
Because
us.
I'm used to buses in California that, like, will swerve into you. Like,
Even in
buses
California, they
in
wouldn't.
California are nuts.
They're
bus
not going to like
drivers.
crash into the scooter guys.
I just feel like if he didn't see me, I was going to be splat.
I-
And I was trying to, like, hope my phone didn't fall in my pocket. So I was, like, trying to
I
reach
saw
for
him.
that as well.
I saw him. He looked at us
Good.
like hardcore.
Well, good, because California bus drivers don't seem to notice as
I
much.
don't think they have as many birds in California. At
There were
least
a lot of birds there.
there were a lot of
They were pretty
birds
cool, though.
there.
It was fun. At first, I feel like
They're a
they
little bit
didn't work,
sticky.
but then they go.
You have
Yeah.
to push off of them. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't just, it's not like a regular scooter where it just goes. But it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
I enjoyed the weather. I enjoyed the change, but I was glad to get home back to the 70s.
We have been stuck here for like a long time.
We found out what solid black cows are. No,
Angus cows.
they have so many.
Yeah, they're all black furred cows. Like
Yes,
no
and they're-
spotted cows, a couple brown cows,
And they're furry.
no Texas Longhorns, nothing.
I did see a couple on the way out there, but there's a lot of farms. And they're not like here when you go to the Central Valley, it's all veggie farms. These were all grass-fed cow farms.
It's really weird.
Ranches.
The weirdest part is when you go from Arizona to Utah, it like there's like actually a divide. Like the way Arizona looks, a hill, the way Utah looks. Like
Yeah, it's different. Even Nevada,
it's not like a
different.
slow thing. It's like Arizona looks like Arizona,
Yeah.
a wall, Utah.
Yeah, it definitely looks different.
That's super weird.
Utah's very like plain, like there's plains everywhere.
Well, Utah
and
has more
Arizona's
red
just
rocks.
Desert.
Yeah, and Arizona or Utah has those weird looking mountains with red rocks and all that.
The black
Arizona
hills
doesn't
and-
have that.
I don't think Arizona really had. Were we in Arizona when we were going through the switchbacks, or was that already in Utah?
The switchbacks?
Like when that where they cut through the mountain?
Oh, I think that was like where the divide is between
Yeah,
Utah
like
and
there
Arizona.
is where it was really red. That was pretty cool through there. And I usually get kind of feeling on switchbacks, but it wasn't bad.
You know, all the truck stops and gas stations we went to are exactly what you expect. Like the movies portray those how they are.
But they were clean. I have to tell you.
Yeah, they're pretty clean.
In fact, I told your Nana the same thing, that when we used to travel up north, those gross rest stops that are the toilets are disgusting and everything, those pilot rest stops for the truckers are clean, like super clean. They even had toilet seats. I remember rest stops when I was a little girl.
That's squat.
But they didn't have toilet seats. They were like these stainless steel toilets with no toilet seats on them. And these nasty, stinky bathrooms with flies and everything. It was nothing like that now.
No, it was pretty nice.
Everything was clean.
But it is
and
how you
kept
expect.
clean.
It's like Slurpees and chicken and
lot of
like the
chicken.
floors are kind of like a 2001 Walmart and like Yeah, they're like, and it's like you go to the gas station and there's a gas station and another gas station and then a field, and that's how exactly it
For
feels.
miles
So like,
and
yeah,
miles. You know, people live down there, but where?
because in California, it's like here's the gas station, here's the
But I mean,
Tesla chargers.
But we do have that when you're going up.
Yeah,
north.
but like in like the
like,
populated part,
populated
it's
areas,
like
no.
look at all these Tesla chargers. We're so progressive, and then
They did have them at Prim.
yeah, but then how would you even if you were going further than Vegas, you'd be screwed.
No, because doesn't it give you 300 miles per charge? If
Oh,
you
yeah,
stopped
that's
if you
true.
stopped at Prim and from California or LA to Prim, and then charged, you
At
could get to Salt Lake City without.
You
any
could get
problem.
all. No, you couldn't, because
It's
Salt
not
Lake City
another
was
300.
400 miles from Prim.
Oh, well, what would you do?
You'd have to charge back. You'd have to charge again in Vegas for like 20 minutes.
But Vegas is like less than a half hour from Prim.
I know you'd have to like get a little top up because there weren't any after Vegas. There were no more
But that'd
chargers.
only be 20 more miles. I mean,
No, wouldn't. 20 minutes does not give you 20 more miles. 20
no, I know,
minutes.
but I'm saying
Oh.
it would only give you as much as you went.
Well, when you do a road trip in a Tesla, you have to map. You have to use their map because it'll
So there must
do
be
like
somewhere. Oh, you know where they
it'll
would have
do a
it?
different road than
St. George had them.
yeah. St. George had them.
And that's another 2 hours outside of 3 hours out. So
And
that
you
would have
don't-
been fine.
You don't have to necessarily use a Tesla charger. You can find if you have adapters, you
Yeah.
can like find any charger.
No,
And
but
if,
I did see them when we were.
and
we
if
were
it
there.
really gets desperate, you can keep the like the plug, like a plug in the back.
Yeah, you can use. Can't you use a plug into a house like a
Yeah, but it'll
knock
take
on
like
a door?
it'll take
I
like
don't have.
it'll take like a day. Like you'll have to like stay over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a slow trickle.
Oh, so that's not okay. Never mind. So that wouldn't work. But there were in St. George, so you could make it.
You have to find something that is an electric car charger.
That would work.
But there are more than just the Tesla ones.
Speaking of Teslas, so we know that everybody loves Tesla, Gen X.
I like Teslas.
I even think boomers like Teslas.
Well, what's the hate about Teslas?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think everybody pretty much
I
likes
think that
Tesla.
people
Every
are
generation.
like gas cars and would say something along the lines of, "Well, I like them for someone else, but I want
Oh,
a gas
I like
car."
them. I don't mind. But I do enjoy a rumbly, the throttle of a car.
Have you ever driven a Tesla?
No.
I went on a date with a girl who had a Tesla, and I probably should have dated her more because she had a Tesla. But she let me drive it, and like you don't miss the rumble, because instead of the rumble,
Was it a 3 or an S?
It was a 3, but it was like a this has the good engine 3.
Oh, okay.
So I took it on the freeway. Woo! That
Really?
thing, it goes. You put your foot on the throttle, and you know how like in a car you kind of have to like. Okay, I put my foot on the throttle, it's going to engage, the gears are going to move, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to go fast. The Tesla's like an RC car. It's like...
Yeah, the torque is immediate.
So good. Way
Well,
better
and
than
that-
an engine.
I guess. Well, I have a Prius, but they're not.
Priuses are poo-poo.
But it really slow speeds. I feel the torque.
Poo-poo.
Well, the reason I say that is because the discussion lately has been of different generations and how they're handling their savings for retirement. And
Apparently, my generation's doing great.
I know. So Gen Z is doing great. And, millennials did better than us.
Well, I do have like $10,000 of savings.
Well,
I guess-
but to be fair,
No,
you've
not to
made
be
more,
to be fair.
To be fair, you've made more.
Yeah, I made a lot of money, but I didn't like immediately blow it on something.
No, you did a really good job of taking the money.
And also,
making
I
the
have
money.
$1,000 saved in a 401 that I can't touch. Oh, it's an IRA now. The IRA that I can't touch, and I have $100 in another account that I'm not going to touch. Like
Well-
I have money everywhere.
That's good. But the reason I say that is because you guys are really good at saving. Millennials are really good at saving. My generation, not so much.
Yeah, apparently so.
But the difference is that I think that
Well, you guys had
have
a lot of fun
generational
too.
wealth.
You guys had more fun than us.
but we're waiting on the generational wealth.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
you can't expect generational wealth from us because
Just
we're going to spend it all.
You're gonna spend all my money.
No, I'm not going to spend all your money, but I'm just saying the difference is that
Buy a house, damn it.
I have a house, I own a home.
We'll pay it off.
I will be paid off by that time, but I'm saying that generational wealth so boomers, this is what they've said. So boomers have all this money, right?
Oh,
and
there's gonna be a
they
huge
are
transfer.
starting to to die. So it's becoming the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of ever.
And boomers don't spend their money.
Yeah,
so
boomers don't. So you know from your grandparents that they don't spend.
they're not boomers, but yeah.
Yeah, but still, same. So the silent generation into the
Boomers
boomers
spend more
right?
than the silent generation, but
But
not
the
by
silent
much.
generation doesn't spend anything. So there's your generational wealth. And that's going down to Gen X, right? Because they're our parents. But Gen Xers have spent all their time partying and
Gen
playing.
Xers know how to spend.
And we know how to spend.
So,
we know how to get debt. That's what we know.
you know how to spend better than millennials
we are
and me
the
know how to
credit card
spend.
debt
Yeah,
kings
all
and
my
queens.
all my credit card balances are zero.
That's good. That's how it should be. So the millennials learned from older Gen Xers what not to do, and the Gen Z has learned from us
learned what not to
from
do.
the younger Gen Xers what not to do.
Because I remember you're like, we used to be in like a lot of debt, and I was like, I don't want to be in a lot of debt.
Which is smart. It says 42% of Gen Xers feel stressed about their finances, while only 23% of boomers did because boomers saved.
Yeah, boomers have good money.
Yeah.
I'm stressed about my finances not because I don't think I'll be able to save it, because I don't think I'll be able to get it.
No, you'll be able to get
Where
it.
do
for
I
sure.
get the money?
When you get your job and your career.
I'm good
and
at not
everything.
spending. I'm bad. I don't know. I'm not fully established on making.
Well, it said during the pandemic, 27% of Gen Xers have taken a loan or withdrawn from their retirement plan, which I think is bad. I know that they were offering like you could take out from your retirement plan and not have to pay the taxes on it. And I'm sure a lot of people did it just
I
to
should
do
have
it.
done that.
What, your $1,000?
Yeah, but I should have taken it out and put it into something that I could liquidate easier because I feel dumb for making a 401.
No, it's good because if it just imagine if that $1,000 sits there, you never add to it again. By the time you're 65, it's going to have some money.
Yeah, but if I put it in an account that is just a passive savings account,
Just pretend, just leave it and forget. Like walk away, don't think about it.
I guess.
Never again. And by the time you'll get a little surprise
When I'm 65,
to the tune of
yeah!
to the tune of several $1,000s. That
Several thousand. It'd probably go up to at least 100.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be a lot. So that's good. And just never think about it again. Forget about it. Put it away. Put it, lock and key. So that's a good thing. So I didn't take out the loan, but I know a lot of my Gen X friends that did end up having to do that. We were lucky. We still have jobs and all that stuff. So I was pretty shocked. So millennials are pretty good at saving, but I guess Gen X is really good at savings.
That's right, boys.
So that's good. I'm happy for you.
I'm not the only one.
Don't get the debt. You don't want it.
Yeah, well, all the Gen Xers can rev up our economy and spend it all, and then all of my generation can save it and plunge us into depression.
Well, I think that there's always going to be recessions, right?
No, but
there's ebbs and flows.
No, if the Gen Xers spend all their money once they get it from their parents, then that's going to make the economy go wild. And then Gen Zers will use that to their advantage and make a bunch of money.
I don't think we'll necessarily spend it. We'll pay our homes off.
Well, that's good.
That's generally what happens.
But
even my parents did that from their parents' money.
Yeah, but you'll still have leftover, a lot of you.
Yeah.
And you'll spend it on vacations.
Well, I certainly am not going to sit on it completely
And
like my parents did.
Gucci bag.
But no, I wouldn't do that.
You'd get a new car. You would definitely get a new car.
I don't know. I don't know if I would use that on that.
Well, you wouldn't have to get the most expensive car, but you really want to be driving the Prius when you're
I'll
old?
do that. Listen, that's going to be gone. That isn't something that I need generational wealth to buy a new car.
Yeah, that's true. Never buy a Prius ever. Anyone. If you want a hybrid, at least get a Corolla.
Well, but to be fair, it's 2014, and there weren't very many hybrids other than the Prius.
Well,
at that
it's
time.
no longer 2014, and
Well,
Priuses are the bane of all existence.
Yes, that's my last car.
You
I'm
could
gonna
have
buy
gotten
my next car.
You should have gotten a gas car.
So Gen Xers born before 1980 have a higher net worth. So we have more money than you guys.
Well, that would make
and
sense.
Millennials. But the millennials are saving more aggressively for retirement. Which I guess you guys are just starting that. So most of your cohort is not saving anything. I guarantee you. They're
still,
out spending.
But think about how easy it is to save. And it's being a Gen Z person. You're like, okay, I bought my phone, I bought my computer, and I bought all my stuff I need. So that's a big initial purchase. And then once you have all that, you have a lot of entertainment hours.
No, that's true. You have that
you don't
stuff.
have to spend a lot of money to have a lot of fun anymore. I bought an Xbox. That's like
that's true.
thousands of entertainment hours
That you would spend
that
at
you'd
an
only
arcade
spend $50 once in a while.
Yeah. No, that's true. And then your friends could come to your house
Yeah,
and play your
Netflix.
stuff.
Oh, let's say for all your subscriptions, you pay $60 a month. That's a ton of entertainment hours.
Well, it's cheaper than those that go to the movies.
Yeah, see, it's a ton of entertainment hours.
But if you're doing both, so when the world opens again and you're doing both, then it's a lot.
Yeah, but it is.
Would you curb that? Would you be like, oh, maybe I don't need to buy that?
Well, me?
Well, you're not paying for it, but pretend.
Paying for what?
Like, let's say you had your own Netflix account. You went back to the world.
I pay for a couple of our stream. You mooch on me just as much as I mooch on you.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying those are some of them are free, some are whatever.
Oh.
I'm just saying, would you? Okay, on those that you pay for with your very big fat wallet, would you?
My wallet's small.
Would you? Are you going to stop it when you go back to the world?
Well, it depends. Like if I were so busy that I never watched anything, then yeah. You know what people do? Like when The Mandalorian ended, they canceled their Disney Plus. Like
I know people do that.
Only buy the thing when the thing that you want to watch is on.
I will say I canceled Showtime when Billions ended.
See? Yeah.
And if Billions comes back, I'm going to get it again.
So people are going to rebuy it for WandaVision and then finish WandaVision and then unrebuy it.
But I think like things like Netflix and stuff, when it's perpetual goodness, you're never going to do that.
Yeah, but like what
But
if...
on a lot of the other ones, when things are you just watch it for a specific show. Like I have HBO Max, and we watch The Flight Attendant, right?
Flight Attendant was good.
And I sometimes watch Bill Maher, but sometimes I don't watch. I mean, he's not something that I would keep
like,
it for.
Netflix is different. Like here, let me put it this way. Like Netflix has a bunch of good shows, but I don't like know the shows. Like it's just like, oh, this one looks good, and I watch it.
And then we end up really liking it.
Yeah, but the way Disney Plus works is, oh my God, it's Star Wars. I must watch it.
Well, you buy it specifically
Yeah,
for
or
that reason.
oh my God, it's Marvel. I must buy it.
We got HBO Max because of a phone thing.
I got HBO Max because I wanted to watch stuff on HBO Max, and then you got it for free.
What was on it? Oh, Animaniacs.
No, that's it. That's Hulu. I wanted to watch the Adventure Time reboot.
Oh, okay.
And then that's why I got it. And then you said you could get it for free through the phone provider. And then I was like, okay, I'm canceling it.
Well, and I thought, Hulu, speaking of Hulu.
I like Hulu
The
right
show
now.
Shrill on Hulu is really good. And I actually wish I would have waited to watch it with you.
That.
It actually was good. And I watched the first one. I thought, he's not going to like this. But had you watched it, you would have liked it.
I probably would have liked it.
But
I'm watching Letterkenny.
Letterkenny is really good.
Letterkenny deserves more than it. I've never heard anything about Letterkenny.
Letterkenny is great.
Letterkenny is like a hidden gem like Schitt's Creek.
And we're obsessed and we can't stop watching it.
Well, how are you now?
And isn't there like 15?
There's like 10 seasons. Like
10
it's like
seasons?
a lot of seasons.
But that's the only thing I hate about Hulu is the really loud commercials.
You can pay to get rid of that.
Yeah, but it was like triple the amount.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
ridiculous.
it's really
There's no
expensive.
way it's worth that.
Yeah. Do you know that you can buy a Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN triple whammy because Disney owns all three of them?
So don't you get Disney Plus for free?
No.
You pay for it.
I've never once gotten Disney Plus for free.
Wait. How much is the whole thing?
The whole thing?
Is it commercial free?
I think it's like somewhere in the 10, 12, 13, 14, $15 situation.
Because that wouldn't be bad if it was commercial free.
Well,
Although ESPN,
I
Daddy
pay for
could
Disney
watch golf,
I pay for Disney Plus, so
basketball.
I pay for Disney Plus.
No,
so
I'm just saying.
You would just be paying more money for something you already paid for.
Yeah, but if I could get commercial free,
I think you get commercial free Hulu.
and then it's a better value.
I love Disney Plus.
I like Disney Plus. I like Apple TV.
You don't like Disney. You watch nothing on Disney Plus.
I do. I watched. There was that show, that President show with Marcella. That was really good.
Okay, you watch one show.
No, there was something else.
I've seen High School Musical, the series. I've seen The Mandalorian. I've seen Jeff Goldblum versus the World or
I feel
whatever.
like there's something on it that I was watching.
The Jeff Goldblum show was not as good as I anticipated it would be.
The one on denim was good.
Yeah, I like Jeff Goldblum, but him doing that kind of show got a little bit long-winded.
He's redundant. He's not that funny.
He's very like, oh, I'm amazed by this thing.
On every episode.
Oh, this is so amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a pretty good Jeff Goldblum.
He's redundant. He
wasn't perfect.
He's not that entertaining. He should stick to dinosaurs.
No, but I think that he is entertaining sometimes. But he's not. He has a jazz band now, and I love his jazz band.
The Jeff Goldblums? What's it called?
It's just Jeff Goldblum does jazz.
Does he sing?
It's a little bit. He mostly plays the piano and has other people sing. It's really good,
he's
though.
A pianist.
Yeah, of course he's a pianist.
I
Jeff
didn't know
Goldblum. How could you look at Jeff Goldblum and not
Does
be like,
have
this guy's a pianist?
Really big fingers. I guess I could see that.
He's one of those older, those older dudes all know how to play the piano. That was like a thing we used to value in society.
I think it's cool. I didn't realize that.
Now no one plays any instrument.
Nobody plays any instruments. Just a few people.
Just a few dudes.
It's good though. Everyone should play an instrument.
Everyone.
Kids, they need to.
I don't know if everyone. I think it should be revalued in society again.
They need to bring music back.
I
to
don't
schools.
know if Army infantrymen need to play the piano.
Did you see the picture that I showed you of the kid that played the high school band with his with the mask with the cutout in the mouth?
Yes, and the mask was connected to his tuba, which was the
no,
also
it was
masked.
a sax,
It's
and it was
whatever.
and he stuck his hand into the sax mask.
Yeah, but the sax was in a mask, wasn't
The
it?
sax was in a mask. I made that into a meme, and I put "Go home, America, you're drunk."
But the part of the sax that's open, like at the end, wasn't masked.
No, it was.
Oh, it was?
Because you can filter those, you
Yeah.
can put a thing on it, so it was completely
I
covered.
thought that it wasn't.
His hand was in the
Because a
mask,
bunch of spit comes out of there.
but it looks like he was like fondling a goose, like the way his hand was.
Yeah.
With the hole in the mask. So what's the purpose? I don't know. Go home, America, you're drunk.
It's very interesting.
Very interesting.
We are aware that every time a band plays for us, if there is a trumpet facing us, we're getting crap blown all over us.
I'm pretty sure we're not. That's the thing.
Well, we
unless
are.
you're maybe the guy in front of that is
Yeah,
getting
but
it.
like if someone talks to you, you also get crap on you. It's not a big deal prior to 2020.
Now all of a sudden it's terrifying. We must turn our saxophones into geese.
Even if you're vaccinated, you must wear a mask. That one I don't get.
It's ridiculous. Well, but it's coming out that you don't need to. So
Yeah, slowly. I
see it unraveling.
Dr. Monica Gandhi said that they say that kind of stuff because if they don't say it, people will go overboard.
well, but she
So-
also said that how public health. She said that's what public health thinks.
I know.
But public health should think if
So-
you give them all the information,
Yes.
and then allow people to.
But if you say it's okay to go out without a mask for vaccinated people, then people don't take precautions at all, and
Well,
then
and
that's
then,
bad.
you know what? And then a lot
so
of them-
that's what they think in the public health messaging.
the problem is that will make a lot of them not get vaccinated at all.
Yeah, 'cause
because
then it's
why
like,
do
what's the point?
anything if it's not going to change my life back?
Yeah, so
So yeah.
I think the message should be, get in line, boys. We're getting the vaccine and going back to work.
Well, that's what they want, right? That's what.
That'd
Go back to work. I don't think for the war effort.
Yeah, they don't do. For the war against the coronavirus, come get your vaccine. Like, why don't we just do that? Inoculation's pending.
That's how we should do it.
How are you? Vaccine? Yes. Well, here's your vaccine. Like in the
Is that how they sound?
in the 40s.
Oh, that's the vaccines of the 40s.
Would you like a vaccine, sir? Yes, I would like an inoculation. Well, here's your vaccine. It's all like a big tube, and he like does the thing. That's how they did it.
The ones that have the metal, the round that you reload the whole.
Yeah. Isn't this a nice end to the recession? Want to go to a speakeasy after? Drink those reactions away, boys. Sorry.
Are you good? Are you?
That's
all
how
right?
Tony Stark's dad is in like the Marvel things, and I love it. Like if you watch
I
Captain
don't think
America.
I've ever seen his dad.
If you watch Captain America. Okay, so have you ever
I
seen?
didn't see that one.
So have you ever seen? He's a different actor in Captain America because he's young, but old Tony Stark's dad is played by the same guy in Don Draper, not Don Draper.
Who?
Don Draper's the guy
The
who
old one?
the guy who has sex with the French lady, Megan's mom. The guy who has sex with Megan's mom is Tony Stark's dad.
No, I totally can't think of who.
The guy who
Is he a partner?
No,
the guy with the white hair.
yes,
Why can't I remember his name?
he's Tony Stark's dad when he's old.
You called it Don Draper.
I call it Don Draper. Mad Men.
Mad Men. Oh, okay, that's Tony Stark's.
That-
Does he have that voice?
Not when he's not when he's old Tony Stark's dad, but when he's young Tony Stark's dad in the 40s, he kind of does.
That's so funny. I asked Nana that before. I said, was it the mics that they used, or was
Well, he's
that
a New
their-
Yorker. I think New Yorkers kind of did have
I know,
it.
but was it the mic that they used, or was it?
I think they did a really exaggerated mid-Atlantic, and then the mics made it fuzzy.
So it was still the mics too, right?
But
so that's a
I think it was
mid-Atlantic
like,
accent?
Yeah, the mid-Atlantic accent is completely made up by Americans for the media.
Because that's where all the media outlets were?
Yeah, like the media was like, we need
But I mean, even the presidents had those accents.
the presidents are a huge part of the media.
And I think it even went all the way up into the 60s. Because Kennedy sounded like that.
The Mid-Atlantic is just like a really like.
I mean, he's a Bostonian,
It's like
right?
a proper version of English. It's like a universal English, like a very like.
How you should speak.
Yeah, this is how we dictate you
proper
speak.
ways.
Yeah, the proper.
Well, and I'll say even into the 70s and 80s, probably into the 90s, even people that did the news, the nightly news had that. They try now, but it doesn't come out the same.
Now they do it like this.
But they did it then
Instead
too.
of like this.
No, but they did it then too, but it has like the way that they dictate.
Now the mics are too good.
And they talk very direct.
This just in.
No, it doesn't even sound like that.
Oh.
It's just a different way. I think they must train
Unless
them
you're Tucker Carlson.
in
Welcome to the Tucker Carlson show. He does.
He doesn't have an...
Come in. I'm Tucker Carlson, and I'm very angry about something. Sorry, Tucker Carlson is just. Well, I don't think that that's actually how it is. He sounds like Ben Shapiro. They all sound like that.
Because they're all that smarmy same guy. They're all the smarmy little goober guy that everybody made fun of. And now they think they have some power.
I like that they called Ben Shapiro's sister a milk truck.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Well, she's like super conservative like him, right? But she has huge boobs. Like
So who called her a
huge
milk
boobs.
truck?
Well, there's like this picture of her in like a tight shirt and like people on Twitter like kind of found it. And they're like, oh my God, Ben Shapiro's sister's a milk truck.
That's horrible. You guys are horrible.
I was like, oh my God.
I can't condone such information.
Neither can Ben Shapiro. He's all angry.
Well, he's mad at anything anyway.
My yarmulke's coming off my head. There's all steam coming out and it's on top.
It's below the steam.
Ben Shapiro's the worst.
Ay. So Ben Shapiro, what would he be? A Gen Z or
I don't know
how old is he?
I imagine he's a
gonna look it
millennial. I'm almost entirely sure he's a millennial.
How old is Ben Shapiro? 37. So he's a millennial.
He's a millennial.
Wow, he is close to me. I did not realize he was
He's
that
like
old.
on the
He's
tail
so
end.
smarmy and goobery that
Yeah,
I
he's
figured
pretty
he was
old.
like young millennial.
No.
So he's around the same age that what was the guy running for president that was young, kept telling everyone that he was not alive during all the stuff.
Speech Buttigieg?
Yeah, Buttigieg. Yeah, they're around the same. Maybe it's something about that age group guy.
I wonder whose bright idea it was to be like, well, I'm the mayor, and people always elect mayors.
When have we
A
ever
mayor
elected
has
a
never been
mayor?
elected to the United States.
Yeah, and especially of some little like town.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
not.
South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah, it wasn't like the biggest town ever.
Yeah, they got him on like being a racist, I think.
No, it was because he didn't react quick enough when
Yeah.
there was a police
Yeah.
involved skerfuffle there. So did you know that you guys are the only living generation that does not remember 9/11? Like you have no memory of it. You were 9 months old, 10 months old.
The people on the tail end, on the new end of millennials also don't remember 9/11. They were like 7. They might remember it
I think they might remember
a little bit.
parts
It'd
of
be very
it.
surreal.
I think they probably don't remember like we remember what life was like before that,
Yeah.
but they don't remember.
But like, so Gen Z 9/11 is very pertinent through all of politics, right?
Yeah.
But my kids, and maybe even some of the kids that are being born like now, by the time they're old, it'll be like 2035-ish. And like 9/11 will sort of go the way of Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, yeah.
And people won't even be like crying about it anymore.
The thing that they say never forget, I think it'll be, it's already less, but I think it'll go by that same way.
Well, like,
your defining moment is COVID.
not necessarily. There's plenty of room for another terrorist attack.
Let's hope not. Let's hope we're smarter than that.
Yeah, it could be COVID. Our Gens, remember? Do you remember where you were when you got COVIDed?
When you were sent home for a year?
Yeah.
Never to see the outside again?
We're just not going to talk about it.
Like forget it happened
Yeah.
altogether.
What are they going to do? March 15th, COVID day.
That's true. I guess there won't be any memorial. March 16th.
All the 500,000 people who died of COVID. Grandma Suthers.
I guess. I don't know. They wouldn't. They name them all for days.
Grandma, Grandpa, Grandma, Grandpa.
You're horrible. We shouldn't laugh. It's not funny.
A kindergartner, Grandma. They'll find like the saddest ones.
And just name
This kindergartner died of COVID-19.
It's not good.
Maybe the Donald Trump presidency will be the 9/11 of him. It was a pretty big disaster. It was a 4-year disaster. It's really weird, like seeing the Biden administration and it's like president stuff.
Well, I think it was nice. I think it was nice to see when we went to Salt Lake City, our host. So she's a Dem, he's a Republican.
Yeah, but they were both like, I like Biden. He's a good president.
No, I don't think he loves
Biden, but he likes how Biden behaves
he
himself.
He said, I like it that isn't it nice to have a president that's kind, right? That isn't calling someone a name, that isn't,
It's really nice to never be like, I wonder what Biden's saying on Twitter today. Biden isn't saying anything on Twitter.
It was funny today. So I guess yesterday Trump spoke at CPAC. So he spoke at CPAC, and somebody wrote today something about what he had said in a political group or something on Facebook, and I thought, Trump who? Like I almost don't think about him now. Like I think it's so fast.
Well, he lost his platform on Twitter, so now he has to like go through more difficult channels, and no one's really talking about him. The only thing people are talking about is the Republican Party Trump's party now, or is the Republican Party the Lincoln Republicans Party? And the answer is it's Trump's party, but they don't like to talk about that.
Well, I think also today was Mitch McConnell said that he would support the nominee in 2024. And then everyone took it to mean he would support Trump if he ran in 2024. So now everyone's like, well, and so what they said Mitch McConnell was saying was he doesn't believe that Trump would run again in 2024 because no one's going to want him, or he's going to be too old, or he'll be in jail.
Trump can already not drink water. So I can only imagine where Trump will be in 2024.
I know they make fun of Biden. Can you imagine Trump in 2024? Yeah, but he did say at CPAC, he did say that his political time was not done.
Trump?
Yeah.
Trump said that?
Yes.
Oh. Wrong.
So he plans on.
Well, he doesn't have a Twitter anymore, and that's kind of his main channel. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Like I said, I'm all Trump who? Like who?
What's a Trump?
I don't hear about him.
You know that Ivanka is pissed at him because Ivanka wants him. Yeah, Ivanka's mad because he kind of donked up her run. Supposedly.
She shouldn't be mad. I mean, that was pretty clear.
Yeah, and Ivanka's also mad. Also asked him to distance from Green because Ivanka
Tiffany
doesn't
Green.
Want to be associated.
Too bad. She's so going to be associated with her. The crazy train.
I'm pretty sure even the Republicans are like...
turn back Dem because that's what she was forever.
I'm pretty sure
we don't accept her either, but
I bet you the Dems would forgive her.
She would have to do a lot of
Could you imagine if Donald Trump was this big like Republican malarkey and then like all of a sudden his daughter was like the Democratic like savior?
She wouldn't be. She's a horrible person.
But like who's to say they aren't all horrible people?
Well, they might all have horrible like things
Gavin
about
Newsom
them, but
slept with his best friend's wife.
Yeah, but we know he's horrible. We know she's horrible. Why? We know she's horrible before she ever started, so you can't. She doesn't get like a pass and then.
That being said, I will be consistent on my beliefs and say that your personal undergoing in terms of there's a lot of reasons for me not to like Gavin Newsom, but him sleeping with his best friend's wife isn't going to be one of them because I said about Bill Clinton, who cares
That's
about
his personal life?
Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't care. Like, why did we try to impeach him over his personal life? So I can't like go double. I can't.
No, I agree with you.
I can't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, there's no. I don't think there's any issue with that.
Yeah, like, he slept with his best friend's wife. Like, is he a good politician? And the answer is no. But
yeah, no.
But I didn't know that.
But Ivanka's a horrible person anyway. I mean, she's done some bad stuff, like
she's
her dealings with, the people in the hotel at Azerbaijan.
Apparently, Jared Kushner's whole dynasty used to be Democrats.
They both were. She was
so
too.
Interesting.
In fact,
and I think
was the whole thing.
Trump wasn't he?
Trump was also a reform. He was a reform party. He ran as a Reform Party candidate.
Reform
but
Party.
during the Trump administration, they said that Ivanka and Jared were both upset because their Dem circles, like out in New York and stuff, where they would go party on the weekends and stuff, didn't want them to come to things anymore. And they didn't understand why. Really? You don't understand why? Clearly your father's horrible. Why would you not understand why? Doesn't make any sense.
He should have tried to run as a Dem.
He couldn't have run as a Dem. The Dems wouldn't have accepted him. He wasn't really a Dem.
Could have tried.
He could have tried, but it wouldn't have happened.
Could have gone to the Republicans after.
Can you imagine if he was running against Hillary Clinton, like as the Dem nominee? There'd be no way.
Do you know what I recently learned about Ted Cruz?
What?
Everyone hates Ted Cruz. Lindsey Graham hates Ted Cruz.
That's saying a
The
lot.
entire Senate hates Ted Cruz. Like Lindsey Graham said that if someone shot Ted Cruz in the middle of the Senate chambers, no one would convict the person who shot him.
He said that?
Yes.
No, Lindsey Graham said that?
said that.
Because Ted Cruz is the Lindsey Graham of the
So
Senate.
apparently, everyone hates Ted Cruz.
Well, listen, Ted Cruz had the opportunity to like when he left Texas.
No,
just for
no,
this
no.
example, I'm just giving you this
They've
example.
always hated Ted
I know,
Cruz.
but I'm just giving you this example. When he just went to Cancun, I could have said, as a person just looking on the outside, right? Okay, fine. His family was cold. His daughters were cold. They wanted to go. He can work the same from Texas as he can from his room in Cancun. But he couldn't have left it that. He could have just said that. It's cold. My family's cold. We don't have any heat. We're going to Cancun. Everyone could have said, okay, fine, whatever. But he doubled down on, well, I didn't really mean to go to Cancun. I just dropped my daughters off and now I came home. And and then he went on like a tour with Hannity on Fox News and was like, well, I was just dropping my kids off, and made it like a thing. They didn't need to make it a thing.
Criticism is like, oh, look, AOC raised $4 million.
Yes.
Oh, but Ted Cruz didn't even lift a
I get
finger.
the criticism.
So I guess the criticism is more like, oh, he has this platform that he elected not to use while he went to Cancun.
No, I get it. But if he was going to make the decision to go to Cancun, he should have left it at,
Should have owned it.
like Trump would have owned it. I'm going to Cancun.
Go to Cancun. It's warm there. It's cold in Texas.
Yes.
I'm not staying.
Yes.
You can all freeze in peace.
So
peace.
the reason that
Moving the White House to Mexico.
his own party, would be in the Mexican White House for the weekend.
They'd all interview Trump over the phone and they'd be like, so why are you going to Cancun? Wrong.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to be that Republican, you need to like double down on being horrible and deal with it, not be smarmy. Remember, Trump said his father was the guy that helped to shoot Kennedy. He said his wife was ugly, I don't know what, and he still supported Donald Trump. Like, that's no conviction right there. So of course the Republicans
he's like a
are
cuck now. The Republicans are like, cook. You know what you said, JFK, that reminds me. If JFK kept his like nasty dealings pretty quiet.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure had JFK's nasty dealings come out, he would have just been like, yep.
It would have never come out. Because back then even the media was complacent on keeping that stuff quiet. Like the executive had the full like we're not gonna air their dirty laundry.
Well, I miss those days when we used to have American heroes in office. Even Joe Biden is cool, but he's just cool. He's no Kennedy.
No, he's no Kennedy. He maybe could have been as years past, but
He could have been maybe when he was young.
But remember, Barack Obama was seen
Barack
that way.
Obama is Kennedy tier.
Yeah.
So I guess we did recently have a Kennedy. But then before that, it was Bill Clinton's pretty good.
No, Bill Clinton, I think, was seen as
I don't think Bill Clinton's in the Kennedy category.
No, but I think he was seen as, like, people really liked him.
I like
as
the
a
budget
cool guy.
surplus.
No, but he was.
Yeah, but Bill Clinton's more in the Joe Biden circle. Like, yeah, we like him. He's
I
good.
think people really, really liked him.
People really
They
like Joe.
really liked him more. They really hated his wife.
Yeah, everyone.
Which
really,
was sad.
I don't know why everyone hates her. She's
I
not
don't
the-
understand. But it's the same reason they hate Oprah. Same reason they hate Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Because women in power are hated.
But then there's like
Name one woman in power that's not hated. Like a real powerful woman that's
I
not
think
hated.
Kamala Harris is getting above it a little bit.
They still hate her.
Yeah, it's not, depends on who they is, but yeah, the Dems I think are kind of coming around on her.
But I mean, literally, she's not like. There's no like rock star woman.
I think Kamala Harris is our best chance at a rock star woman because she's a rock star. Like if you actually look into her, she's pretty cool.
She's done some good
She's
stuff.
a cool lady. She might even have Hillary Clinton beat out in the
What?
cool
No.
lady category.
Hillary Clinton's cool. People are gonna hate me for saying that. Just lost all of our
no, I'm
followers
saying
because
like
they hate Hillary Clinton.
think about like Bush, Clinton.
They liked Reagan. He
Yeah,
was a
Reagan
rock
is
star
kind
with
of
them.
Kennedy tier, I guess. I think
Tore down that wall,
Nixon,
Mr. Gorbachev.
No,
Nixon was looked at bad because of what happened.
Yeah, but
he was bad. I mean, but
but
he was
like,
looked
why do we
at.
keep electing?
We don't remember him starting the EPA, but we
Why do
remember
we?
everything else.
He only started the EPA because
I'm
he
just saying
wanted
we
to-
don't look up at Clinton. At Nixon
Why do we
as-
keep electing boring poo-poo presidents? What happened to the cool presidents? Teddy Roosevelt got stranded at sea, saved his buddies, swam to an island, and lived off the land until he was picked up by the United States Navy, and then got elected to the presidency. Huh?
Well, there aren't any wars. Like, who's going to do any of that stuff now?
I'm just saying, like FDR did like huge economic reform. Lyndon Johnson was a racist and did huge racial justice, huge.
Only because he
huge-
was forced.
So at least it was something.
Yeah.
And also, he came around in his later years.
Most
he
of
was
them
like,
do because they calmed down and they realized. So did Byrd. That's
Yeah.
what they got Hillary on. Oh, she was friends with Robert Byrd. Robert Byrd vehemently said he was wrong in his younger years
So anyway,
and got an NCAA.
yeah. So anyway, I'm just saying we used to have cooler presidents. Even Donald Trump. What did Donald Trump do? Well, I did the Apprentice, and I made a lot of money.
Only he didn't make a lot of money. I mean, he did. but
I went
he didn't.
bankrupt a couple times.
So his tax returns, the Supreme Court
They're
got
gonna
them
get
turned
'em.
over to the SDNY.
They're gonna get him on tax fraud,
But
like they always
did
get
you know
him.
that they're going to be sealed under grand jury indictment, so no one will ever see them? But I think they'll be leaked.
I thought that we already saw him.
No, like serious, like those full tax returns, they're supposed to be under grand jury secrecy. But I think somebody.
Hopefully,
will
we
leak
get him.
them. I want to see it
I thought that a felon couldn't run, but apparently a felon could totally run.
for president.
A felon can't vote for president, but I think they can run for
Are
president.
you sure?
I think so.
But not when they're inside the jail.
I don't know.
What is he gonna win? And then
I don't think there's any law.
I bet there's something. We have to look it up.
A lot of things in American politics are just things we assume that aren't written down anywhere. So
That's true.
you kind of have to be like, well, is this written down or is just this something that we think is what happens? Because Donald Trump has proven that if it ain't written down.
That's true. Although I will say, our Constitution did a good job over the last 4 years of protecting us because
Our
he could have
Constitution.
been.
I like the
He
Constitution.
could have been really bad.
Everyone thinks Democrats hate the Constitution. I like the Constitution. I just wish that they would add a couple little things to it.
Little amendments.
They said in the Constitution, the people who made the Constitution, the framers said, you can change the Constitution. The Constitution says, change me. So why we don't do it is beyond me.
I don't even know the last time we added an amendment.
Very long time ago.
Yeah, we haven't done any of that.
I don't remember very long time. In the last 100 years, so pretty recently. But
But not anything like spectacular. I don't think any of the last
isn't
amendments are
women's
very big.
voting was pretty spectacular. I guess that was over 100 years ago now.
Yeah, but just
Just
right at because I think
recently.
it was
Yeah.
1919 or
Something like that, yeah.
1920
But
suffrage.
we added some cool stuff ish. Wait, we never did the Civil Rights Amendment.
What do you mean?
The Civil Rights Amendment. They were going to do like a Civil Rights Amendment.
Yeah, they did.
No, the Equal Rights Amendment. Wait, what amendment am I thinking of? My brain is not on right now.
Slate.
The Equal Rights Amendment. We never did the
For the
Equal Rights-
Constitution?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's an equal rights.
Sorry, not the Civil
Yes, there's a
Rights.
civil rights amendment.
Yeah, that's where they do the 14th.
Yep.
14th, the 14th, the 14th, the 14th. 15th, 14th, 14th.
So some guy at CPAC also said that Americans sit around the table talking about the 10th Amendment. Like Americans at their dinner table, what they're really talking about is the 10th Amendment.
Americans only talk about two amendments. The first
first,
one and the second one.
yes.
Americans don't even know what the rest of them are.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I think some of them know what the fourth is a little bit, search and seizure, like partial, what it is.
Yeah, and I guess some people know the fifth.
Some.
Yeah, but Americans are like, free speech, guns. I didn't read the part about the militia, just the guns.
Well, did you notice that speaking of guns, when we were in Utah, There was a lot of gun talk happening. It's very
Well,
different than here.
we only stayed with one family, and that family happened to like guns.
No, but it was somebody else was saying something about like they couldn't find ammo too. I saw something else there.
Well, the ammunition's in short supply.
Because everybody's buying their guns.
Everyone's buying
well, because
their
Joe Biden's going to come.
I'd buy a gun. I wouldn't buy
Joe Biden's going to come take
I
your
wouldn't buy
gun.
like a big Chungus gun. I would just buy like one handgun.
No.
Well, I'm not gonna do it at your house, but if I had my own house, I would have, and I'd get one of them fingerprinty safes that you can put the fingerprint on the thing, and then it comes right out, and that would be the only gun I would have.
No.
Obama literally has guns. Like
I can't allow it. I have to overrule. Not allowed. No motorcycle, no gun.
I would have a motorcycle and a gun.
I'm
So,
gonna put sugar in your gas tank.
but I wouldn't have a Harley, and it wouldn't have a gas tank because they're all becoming electric. So
I'll pull the plugs. There has to be a plug.
sneep
I
sneep.
need to turn. Yeah, I'll be in your garage, coming to see you with my little.
I'm gonna have to like
snips.
lock everything.
I will unload your gun, and I will take.
Well, it's okay if you unload it. It's just, it'll probably be unloaded.
I'll take it with me. No,
Now you have a gun. Now you're in danger.
I can't win. I'm losing it.
You can't just like get rid of it. Like you can't throw that away. Like you have to
I
like.
could throw it in a river. The mob does it all the time. I could toss it into a lake somewhere.
Have fun.
Lake Elsinore. While driving up there, throw a gun.
Well, the ocean is the biggest lake, so we'll put it in there.
I guess it's closer, right, to
Yeah.
get to the ocean.
You're all. It all washes
But,
back up.
ma'am, what is that? What did you just throw?
It's all in a brown paper bag.
I put it in a bottle. It floats back.
You put it in a bottle with a cork.
A little note.
SpongeBob's all.
If you find this, do not use.
Very dangerous. He's gun.
Bad.
Gun bad. I mean, that's Congress's best argument. So
What?
I don't know. I'm mad at Congress right now because
Over
they
what?
don't do
Are you
anything.
a 2A'er now?
I'm just mad because they don't do anything.
No, they don't do anything. Oh, somebody said today, no, I can't remember. Something about Congress doing something, and I told them, I said, they said unilaterally Joe was going to do something, and I said, you guys realize that the power of the purse is with the Congress. Like,
Yeah,
no
but
matter
the power
how
of the purse is blue, so
I know, but still, they're not going to overreach. When have Dems ever truly overreached? I mean, we're kind of lackadaisical.
I don't
and
like the 1.9
impotent
trillion.
most of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
that's too
But
much.
like I said, they
Guess
put,
who's paying
a
it?
trillion into the stock market in one day during this, and it just died.
I think that the government could easily erase the debt. There's so much money hidden away in the 1%.
Well, first we could tax the people that aren't taxed properly. That would help.
That would help. Yeah, we
Really
should just
quickly.
run into surplus for a few years.
And then we'd be fine.
Like we should have a goal of $1 trillion surplus because we can sure get in $1 trillion deficit.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah,
But if you tax the right
it would
people
take
the
like
right
30
amounts.
years,
That's all right.
but
It's about the time that you go. About the time that you won't retire in 30 years, but
I won't
well,
even
maybe
be
you
close
will.
to
You
retiring.
might retire earlier than that if you play your cards right.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Financial
me-
independence, retire early.
But I would be retiring then. So
You're gonna retire in 30 years. You got 30 years left.
No, I guess I'd be 75.
20.
by
You have
then.
like 25, 20 years left.
No. Oh yes. Wow.
I'm
I'm old. I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm
so me,
learning.
I got 45 years left.
Yeah.
So
I don't like hearing this.
I got a wow.
This just turned dark.
In 5
Talking
years,
about my 20
in
years.
5 years, I'll be the age you were when you had me,
That's creepy.
and I won't have any kids.
That's so creepy. I was stupid. No, I'm kidding.
I might.
No, I got you.
Depends on how much money I have.
I got you. Yeah, don't have a kid at 25. I recommend.
Maybe I
against
could have one of those cool, like the parents or friends relationships.
That always works, especially at 25. Go with that, or don't.
Is this? I think we're out of time.
I think we're just about all the time. But remember, if you guys want to know anything about Gen X and Gen Z, we'd love to hear from you. Send us your questions and comments to Gen X and Gen Z at protonmail.com. Not sponsored. protonmail.com.
Yet.
We'll answer your questions on our next show, and we'd love to hear from you.
Bye.
No more road shows. Bye. No more road trips for a while.
I'm going to go on a road trip.
Road tripping. We should have done the road trip show. That would have been, who cares? Next one we're doing it. So thanks for being here. Bye, everybody.
You have to say your thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm X.
And I'm Z.
And together we're
X and Z.
Bye.
Bye-bye.